I'm Andrea Giles, and you're listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, episode number 86, Receiving Love. Hello, and welcome to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, where courageous women learn not only to heal from their spouse's betrayal, but to become the boldest, truest, most decisive, and confident versions of themselves ever. If you know there's more for you than the life you're currently living, but don't quite know how to get there, you are in the right place. Stick around to learn how to create a life that will knock your own socks off. Is it possible? It is, and I'm here to show you how. I'm your host, Andrea Giles. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Heal from Infidelity. If you are new around here, I welcome you. I'm so glad to have you here. So today, I'm just going to jump right in. We're going to talk about receiving. And not just about receiving love, but receiving of all forms, okay? All kinds of receiving. Receiving for many people can feel very scary. It can feel uncomfortable. And for most of us, it's much easier to give than to receive. And today we're going to pull apart all of that and look at why that is, okay? There are things that get in the way of openly receiving, and we're going to talk about those things today. Number one, block to receiving: thoughts about yourself. If you have a fundamental belief that you are not enough, it will be hard for you to receive love. If you believe that you are not worthy or unlovable, or you might think that you are weak if you need help, or that you have to do it all and should be able to do it all, you might have an unconscious block to receiving. It might feel very uncomfortable to you because it goes against what you fundamentally believe about yourself. We may think that we're not worthy of someone's love because we X, Y, or Z, any number of things. Okay, where does this come from? Here's a question for you. As a child, what happened when you asked for things, when you wanted things? Whether it be a physical thing or an emotional thing, what happened when you asked? How was your request received? Did you get taught that it was safe for you to want things and to be loved? Or were you taught something else? Was it safe for you to ask for things? Some of you have probably been shamed when asked for things. Maybe you were told that you were ungrateful, that you were unacceptable in some way. So when someone gives you something, you may go to that place of shame where you want to hide and feel undeserving or feel ungrateful or like you didn't do enough good things to receive this thing. Another thought that we have about receiving things is that it's inherently not safe. It feels vulnerable. You may feel more in control when you're giving than when you're receiving. There is inherent vulnerability in receiving. It can feel like they are controlling you, that they are in the driver's seat. One huge area where this shows up is in sexual intimacy. Sometimes we can feel very threatened and scared to surrender to the experience and want to control it so that we don't fall prey or victim in any way to feeling controlled. Okay. We don't like to feel vulnerable. We don't like feeling like somebody else is running the show. And so we're blocking our own pleasure, blocking our ability to experience what the giver is wanting to give us. Okay. Sometimes in the realm of infidelity, it can feel very scary to have vulnerable sexual moments with your partner. And it can be for good reason. Sometimes it's coming from a place of safety. It's coming from a place of keeping your body safe, of not engaging emotionally in things that will be harmful as you're trying to sort through things. But sometimes it can come from old wounds of being taught that somehow you receiving is not safe, that you being pleasured, that you being given good things in any form is unsafe. Okay. Another fear that comes up is that you owe them something. If I receive this thing, it means I have to pay them back. I have to give it back in kind. We may believe that we're a burden and that we don't want to take up too much space. This is false. We are all humans on this earth and all deserve to take up space because we are here, because we live on this earth at this time. We are allowed to take up space. We just forgot. Another big way that we struggle to receive is in our thoughts about others. Okay, I have a good friend. We talk a lot, and we recently uncovered that she has a really hard time receiving anything because her underlying belief is there's always a string attached, that no one gives you something without expecting to be repaid. Where did this come from for her? As a little girl, the only way that she got any kind of praise of any kind is when she was like shining bright, when she was doing the right thing, being the good girl. As long as she was doing those things, she got attention and got gifts and things like that. The second she stopped, those things dried up. So she felt like she had to always be doing and performing and all those things to get the attention, and that she couldn't just receive praise because it was always attached to having to be more. She had to keep it up. So it kind of felt like a noose around her neck when she was given praise. Like it felt good for a short moment, and then there was the expectation that she had to keep performing. Okay. What are some other thoughts that get in the way? One is he's just doing this to smooth things over. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean this nice thing he's doing. He doesn't mean this nice thing he's buying for me. He's just trying to smooth things over. He's trying to get himself off the hook. What about this one? He's not really doing this sincerely. He's hiding stuff, so he's doing this to try to cover for it. Or he's only doing it because he feels guilty. He's not doing it because he actually wants to. Or he's doing it to look good. He wants the approval of others. He wants others to tell him what a great husband he is, how wonderful he is. He's not actually doing it just for me. Any of those sound familiar? All of those thoughts may feel really, really true, but they are blocking you from actually receiving what is being offered to you. They're keeping you from opening up and receiving. Number 3, another reason why we have a hard time receiving is because of beliefs we have, faulty beliefs we have about how the world works. We believe that others in general can't be trusted. People only give things when they want something in return. If someone gives me something, I have to owe them something back. Being independent is honorable, whereas being taken care of is weak. If I get betrayed after I open myself to healing, I won't ever trust anyone again. Let's talk about this one, okay? This one is false because when we learn how to receive, it is a skill that we're learning. It's creating a blueprint inside ourselves. So some people can't give freely because of their own faulty beliefs, but someone can and will. So what I mean by that is even if your partner can't give freely because of their own issues, because of their own fears and limitations, there's someone else that can. And there's someone else that wants to give you all the things. If it is not the person who you're with, there will be someone else, and you'll be ready for it just by practicing this right where you are. Okay, so how do you override this and learn to receive? First, you start trying on new beliefs about how the world works. Allow yourself to be wrong and practice opening up. Receiving gracefully comes from your thoughts. It comes from what's going on in your mind and in your heart. It has to do with what you're thinking about the other person. When we're thinking loving thoughts about the other person, it's easier to receive. When we're thinking kind of scary thoughts about the other person or judgmental thoughts, it makes it harder. So practice being present in the moment. Okay, practice being in the moment. These are some things that you can think. This person is not hurting me right now. This person is trying to repair. This person is trying to show me love. Okay? Start practicing these new beliefs about how the world works. Did you know that men like to be the hero? They like to give. They like to be the knight in shining armor. And some may say it's just to feed their ego, but I believe that at the depths, it's because they really like to take care of their people. They like to feel like they're taking care of their people. So, receiving is a way of creating connection with your partner, opening hearts up in this space, creating connection by receiving. It's a gift. Did you know that receiving is just as much of a gift as giving? Openly receiving is a gift because you're opening yourself up. You're showing that you care enough to open up to this person and receive what they want to give you. Some other thoughts to think are, I am worthy of love just as I am. I can have this. It is safe to have this. It is safe to be deeply cared for. Okay? I want to talk about receiving yourself first. Something that I want you to practice is receiving the beautiful things about yourself. Is it hard for you to do this? Here's a way to know. Do you ever notice yourself going, yeah, I am pretty good at that, but yeah, I do like this about myself, but yeah, I am pretty smart, but do you know that? Are you familiar with that? I want you to practice just noticing without the but. Notice the good. Lately, something that I've been practicing is when I look at my little baby girl, who is the cutest little thing in the whole world. She's so cute. I think my body is amazing. And you know what? I'm heavier right now than I ever have been in my life. Than I ever have been. Having a baby at 44 kind of took a toll on me and my body. But I can still say to my body, thank you for making this perfect child. Look what you did, body. Imagine if I tagged a but at the end, but you could have gained less weight. But blah, 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 whatever. Nope, I'm just leaving it there. Thank you, amazing body, for creating this perfect human. You can do the same thing. Thank you, hair, for looking good today. Thank you, beautiful eyes, for shining so bright. Anything. Notice the things about yourself that you like and take the butt off. Receive yourself first, and it will make it so much easier to receive from other people. You'll build a habit of not having to come rebut the things that people say to you with a but. You can just receive it. No pushing it back. Okay? Remember this law. We are meant to receive. When we open up to receiving, we become available for more. It's just a law. When we open up to receiving, we're making space to receive more. Okay? I want to read you a quote. When I was preparing for this episode, I came across this quote by someone by the name of John Amodio, PhD. Okay? It's from a book that he wrote. The name of the book is Dancing with Fire, A Mindful Way to Loving Relationships. He says this: the parched earth can't let in a life-giving rain if it is covered by plastic tarp. Without the capacity to be touched by caring and appreciation, we render these gifts less meaningful. Sacred receiving, letting things in with heartfelt gratitude, is a gift to the giver. When we are visibly moved, it conveys that they've made a difference in our lives. We may then bask together in a non-dual moment in which there is no distinction between the giver and the receiver. Both people are giving and receiving in their own unique ways. This shared experience can be profoundly sacred and intimate, a moment of delectable grace. So, like I said a little bit ago, receiving can be such a gift to the giver every bit as much as their gift is to us. Just allowing ourselves to receive, by allowing ourselves to be vulnerable enough to receive, to let our guard down, to not feel like we have to control the moment, to not feel like we have to hurry with a rebuttal of why we don't deserve that thing or why we shouldn't have that thing. I know that it can feel scary. I know that it can feel hard. I know a pattern in myself that I've uncovered and that I'm practicing to work through is that sometimes after a particularly vulnerable situation or moment where I have really let my guard down and felt really close, I sometimes tend to find a reason to put a wall up, something that I have been working on. And it's because I too am still learning how to receive. I too am undoing lifelong patterns of what it means to receive. And so I'm learning to just let myself be, let myself remember that I'm safe, that I'm worthy of having, that it's okay for me to have, it's okay for me to let people take care of me, that it doesn't mean that I'm incapable of it. It means that I'm allowing other people to help me. And it feels wonderful. I want that for you too. Go practice receiving. Go practice being open. You are worthy. You are worthy of all the good things. If it's not coming to you from the person you are with, it will come. It will come. You will have it. All right, my friends, thank you for being here. Can I just ask you a favor? If you have been listening to this podcast and have not left a review, would you go leave a review? It helps so much. It helps so much for people who stumble across this podcast to see that it has credibility, to hear other people's opinions of it, and then to turn it on and listen. Okay? Thank you. I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast. If you would like to be kept in the know about upcoming free classes, new podcast episodes, and other ways of working with me, go subscribe to my weekly email. You can subscribe at andreagiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. Again, it's andreagiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. I will see you next time.